Oh, no, we do. Can we go out? So we got two.
Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's now 3:30. I can have your attention, please. Ladies and gentlemen, it's 3:30. I'm going to get started, please. I'm going to call to order the meeting of the December Personnel and Compensation Committee meeting. A copy of the agenda of this meeting may be found on the county website under the tab for the legislature. At this time, please silence your cell phones and electronic devices, and please rise for our pledge to the flag. Mr. DeSalvo, you want to lead us, please?
Sure, sir. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Great. Good afternoon, everyone. Okay, first up on our agenda, I'm sorry, roll call. Sorry.
Sassy,
Here.
Benton, Benelli, present, Luhan, Menuda,
Here.
O'Donnell, Sierra,
Here.
DeGenga,
Here.
Maria.
Okay. Okay, first up is our Sheriff's Department. Folks, come on up from our Sheriff's Department. We have two requests here. Good afternoon.
Everybody. How are you all?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Okay, first, we have a request to create one grant-funded deputy sheriff's drive for a statewide targeted reduction in intimate partner violence investigator position at the Orange County Sheriff's Office. Legislative request number 236. Can I have a motion and a second? Menuda and Kathy. Okay. Floor is yours.
Okay, I know that a few months ago, we introduced some of you to this program, Strive, in the Public Safety Committee. This is a grant from the state. It's going to be similar to the GIVE grant for the gun elimination grant that we get every year, except for this one is going to be centered around domestic violence. So within the grant, our partners are a couple of the local PDs, City of Middletown, City of Newburgh, and Town of Windsor are the three PDs right now that are included as Strive partners. They were the identified areas that are going to be focused on initially. And we're going to be working again also with partners, probation, the DA's office, and Fearless. So there's a lot of similarity to the GIVE. Within the grant, one of the things that was decided is that an investigator would be created to sort of act as a liaison between the victim services and the law enforcement aspect of the program. Right now, this is only in its first year, so it's still in the developing stage. And we're still in the process of defining his role. It's going to be pretty dynamic, and it'll be mercurial just as the program is as we move along and we see where it takes us. But some of the things that he will be doing, we've already selected who the investigator will be. We've already designated an individual because he's been attending trainings all over the state, specialized trainings to work with victims, risk assessments and things like this. So some of the things that we know he will be doing already is he'll be assisting the DA's office with prosecution and follow-up investigations. The goal is that we'll secure more felony convictions in domestic violence incidents. He'll be working with Fearless, advocating for victims and act as a liaison between the victim services and the criminal justice system. He is going to be utilizing all of the information that we house at the sheriff's office between the correctional facility, obviously our civil division where we get in all of the orders of protection, family court paperwork, and he'll be analyzing those things, looking for things that might have fallen, between the cracks, things that might need further investigation. He has special training to identify these kinds of issues. He'll also be assisting the local PDs that are the Strive jurisdictions with their investigations, specifically when it goes out of their jurisdiction, because he has countywide jurisdiction. I know they've already been asking to use him to help execute warrants in some of these cases when it leaves their area. So that's one of the things he'll be doing as well. And again, like I said, this position is going to be pretty dynamic and evolve as we go. But this is kind of where we're at so far with the program.
Questions, comments?
Thank you. In the event that things happen outside of those three identified areas, would he also be able to work with any of those departments?
Well, he's a deputy sheriff investigator, so yes, I mean, he can do any work within the county that needs to be done. But the focus of this grant and its resources are obviously these jurisdictions now. I think the hope is that it will expand in the future. But yes, he will go anywhere that needs to be, and then also potentially pass on investigations to our other investigators if they need to take it somewhere else.
Okay, and the second question, I know we're working with the Fearless and stuff, but do we have any collaboration with our social services outside of that, so that like if there's kids that are witness or involved or some type of therapy, or if someone needs services outside because of, financial or emotional or physical stuff that comes from that assault.
Yes, that's something else that he would be doing too, working with Fearless and helping to connect victims to whatever services they need within the county that are available.
Thank you so much.
Anyone else? Okay, seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? So carried. Letter B, request to create 2 law enforcement associate LEA grade 5 positions. LEA positions will be apprentice-like opportunities designed to introduce high school graduates to various aspects of the operations of the sheriff's office and the law enforcement profession. Legislative request number 364.
So moved.
Motion.
Joe? Katie? Floor is yours.
So this program, the Law Enforcement Associate Program, is something that we're really excited about, that we've been working on for probably the last year and a half, developing this also with the help of Orange County HR. So there's a lot of trouble these days trying to recruit into law enforcement and trying to retain at the sheriff's office. Sometimes we do have trouble retaining some of the younger people when they come in. They decide they want to, move around to multiple departments. They want to leave and pick up and go to another PD. And budgetarily, that also costs us quite a bit, because if a deputy leaves to go to another department, if the reverse happened, those departments can make us reimburse them for the training costs. We recently had a deputy that decided to leave, and we can't seek that same reimbursement that the local PDs can. And that was a $50,000 loss on our end from the training perspective, how long it took to get him online. So one of the things that we decided to do is we were working with the sheriff set me up with the Department of Labor for New York State, and they were doing these apprenticeship programs with some other PDs in New York. I think Schenectady was one of the PDs they were working with. We kind of wanted to go our own direction and do something that was more tailored to Orange County. So essentially what we did in working with HR commissioners here, we decided to create a CSEA position that would be a grade 5 and call it a law enforcement associate, where it will kind of do 2 things. It will bring young people into the department to start learning about the sheriff's office and take on a lot of the administrative duties, assisting the deputies in that role. Also, we have deputies sitting at the desk doing administrative jobs that are getting paid a lot more than a grade 5 that should be out doing deputy work and not sitting inside doing office work. So this would be a way to bring in some younger people, bring them in as county employees, get them used to what we do at the sheriff's office, see what it's all about. We'll know that we like them, they'll know that they like us, and when they're done with their probationary period, they'll be able to take the police test, but as a promotional exam. They'll take the deputy sheriff test as a promotional exam, and it will be less of a college credit requirement and time and grade. So this way, now, again, these are kids who are gonna know they wanna come in, and people that we know are good employees. If they decide that law enforcement is not for them, and they're already a CSEA employee, and they're a good employee that we think would be a good match in another department, we can assist them with the help of HR, finding a better fit for them. So it's kind of does a few things. It helps with our recruitment and retention. It helps with some of our work that is administrative within the office to get the cops back out doing the police work. And another thing it will also do is, because the civil service requirements also sometimes narrow the scope of young people that we can really bring into the job. But by creating this position, we might be able to also attract younger people from some of the communities where maybe these young people don't have the opportunity to go to college, or they don't have the money to do that. Within this program too, they'll be required to have 30 credits, but through our college program, reimbursement program, we'll be able to help them seek out those 30 credits that they need through OPS. So it's still kind of, again, something that we've been working on. And I think in the packet is the job description and some of the duties that they would be doing.
This summer, I stopped over for a tour of the 911 center, and you had a youth program going on, and it seemed very popular. A bunch of kids were there.
Younger kids?
Yeah.
Yes, that's our summer
Yeah,
camp.
it was a
Yes.
great program. So this would
Very
be kind of
popular.
like a college version of it in a sense, so, kind of step it up. So no, I think it's a great idea. Questions or comments? Yes, Chairman Hines.
In the minimum qualification section on the last page, and this might be for Langdon or you, Chief, I'm not sure. 6 months of work experience in law enforcement or related field. How would a 19-year-old get 6 months of law enforcement experience?
So I could answer that.
Hey, go ahead.
It's funny, Deputy Commissioner Tack and I really just talking about this thing. That's probably gonna be your question. And it's perfect, because our vision is you're gonna get somebody out of high school, age 18. They're gonna come to work for HR on our 10th clerical payroll. They're gonna be assigned for a year to work for the sheriff's office over on our 10th clerical payroll. which is 19 hours a week. So prorate that out after a year, they'll be 19 by that point, which is the minimum age qualification, and they'll be able to jump into that law enforcement associate program position.
So
they're
this is gonna
get-
be your youth program that we did this year?
Nope, this is a completely different vision of the sheriff to try to get people who might not have the opportunity to be in college, because right now you need to have a college degree to be a sheriff's deputy. You're gonna come from someplace, maybe your parents can't afford to send you to college, maybe you didn't want to go to college, whatever. You're gonna get out of high school, you're gonna come be a temp clerical in HR, you're gonna be assigned to the sheriff's office for a year. After that, you can apply to be that law enforcement associate. After 2 years of that, you can take a promotional exam. So you're not just gonna walk in to be a sheriff's deputy, so you're gonna have 3 years of being, engaged with the sheriff's office to decide whether you want to make that your career.
And you need 2 years of college to be a deputy, 60 credits? Is that right?
Correct. Right now, that is the requirement.
Associate? Okay, so you're gonna hire this person or the
So
sheriff's office
All
is gonna
temp
hire this
clericals
person?
go through are hired by HR, they would be assigned to the sheriff's office.
Right.
And we see this as a model, by the way, that the sheriff has initiated, that could be applicable to every town in Orange County that wants to go down the same route eventually.
So who selects the candidates, the sheriff or you?
Well, the sheriff ultimately selects the candidates.
Okay, thank you.
We have a selection panel that does all of our hiring, so probably a similar makeup. We might change who's on that particular panel, but that's how we do it. And I will say too, the State Sheriff's Association and some other chiefs that I know are very interested to see how this program pans out, because it might be a way to really open up law enforcement to other people who might not have the opportunity or their qualifications, but would be really good candidates.
Just to clarify, so these are postgraduate high school.
They'll have to be out of high school, yes.
Okay, do they have to have their diploma or GED?
A high school diploma or GED, yes.
So the postgraduate students. Thank you, because I originally misread that it was high school student program, but it's not. That explains the 6 months. Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay, seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? So carried, great. Thank you, folks. Have a good afternoon.
We're really
Okay,
excited.
next up, Orange County's busiest department, County Clerk. Kelly, come on out. You have Jim and Ed with you.
Yes.
15, yes. Fourth one over there
There you go.
in the corner.
Okay, good, Jim?
Oh,
All right.
sorry. No,
Okay, we have a request to create one fiscal manager grade 15 position, step 2, $39.04 per hour, or $81,221.71 annually. Legislative request number 375. I have a motion. Katie Benelli, second by Kathy. Okay, Kelly, the floor is yours.
Good afternoon. I currently have a grade 14 fiscal tech position that is vacant. I respectfully am requesting to have that position upgraded to a grade 15 fiscal manager. The primary difference between the two positions is the fiscal manager requires much stronger accounting methods experience, which is what the job is in need of. The salary difference between the two positions is under $6,000. It's $5,900 and change that I will be able to cover in my budget. The regulations, laws, and changing policies of the agencies I distribute money to are constantly changing, and it requires a higher level of experience and ability to do this task. I have 8 checking accounts, and I disperse over $57 million a year. So this revenue is collected from many sources and dispersed to state and local governments. So I truly believe that this position is appropriate for this level of responsibility.
I spoke with Kelly. It's kind of a critical position for her department, anything dealing with money. So it was a late addition to the agenda, but I think that it's very much warranted. I spoke with Mr. Chapman as well. So any questions? Kat?
So the 14 that you have open will be classified,
Yes.
They'll be creating a new position, a new grade 15 position. I'm not a believer in abolishing the old
I'm
positions,
not gonna fill it.
but
Any other questions? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
So carried. Okay,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
And I just want to say thank you very much. I think this is your last meeting, this is committee's last meeting.
Yes.
You've all been great. Thank you so much for the ability to work with you, and have a happy holiday. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Have a great afternoon. Okay, number 3, we have the Parks Department. Dina here. Okay, come on up. Anyone else with you? or-
Just me.
Okay, all right. All right, we have, good afternoon, good to see you. We have a request to create one executive assistant, grade 14 position, step 3, 38,3163 hourly, or 79,697 annually. Legislative request number 331. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Joe and Kathy. All right. Okay, floor is yours.
Okay, so as you all know, Parks is expanding quite rapidly. And with that expansion there is a lot of growth in the responsibilities that our administrative employees are handling. So we would like to have an upgrade to our current position to a grade 14.
Any questions?
Any question? So we're taking an existing position and changing it?
We're gonna
Or
add
is this
the
creating
executive
a new
assistant.
one?
We're gonna create the grade 14. We're going to keep the grade 10, but we're not gonna fill the grade 10 at this time.
Anyone else? Okay, all in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? So carried. Okay, letter B, request to create one fiscal manager grade 15 position, legislative request number 332. Can I have a motion and a second? Joe and Ken. Okay,
This is the same situation where there's an increase in responsibilities for these positions, so we are asking for the fiscal manager grade 15.
similar to Kelly's. Yeah. Questions or comments? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
So carried. Okay, the end of our agenda. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
Moved.
Kathy, Joe. Great. Thank you. Have a good afternoon.